guy named Jason Jeter in early March was fired from Walt Disney World. He had worked at Walt Disney World for a couple of years, but he started doing Tik Toks stunts around the parks, and he was drinking water. This is the one that got him fired. He tasted water from different decorative fountains in different areas of each park. And
which is your favorite? You're a Disney guy, Kelly.
Oh, Magic Kingdom. Old school.
Old school, classic.
Right in the middle, classic. Perfect. We just were hearing the other day, those parks usually use bromide in their, is that right? Bromide in the water to clean it?
I heard it was bromine, but maybe it's bromide.
No, I think you're right. I think it's bromine. Anyhow, he tasted them and would be, say some funny things about the je ne sais quoi, the body of the bouquet, that kind of thing. His name, again, is Jason Jeter. He goes by Jeet on TikTok.
Jeets.
He went back. Now, he's fired, which he said, okay, fine. You fire me.
Whatevs.
I'll just take my TikTok following and
move along
with my life.
That's right. He also went into an area of the park that was closed, but the gate wasn't locked, and he was doing some videos from there, and they said, you're out.
That more might be what got him fired.
I wondered which. Drinking the water from the fountain, though, as an employee.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah.
But when you're showing, Disney's very private behind the scenes.
Yes. Well, he showed up again last week to have lunch at the Grand Floridian. And they serve a nice lunch now. That is a good spot.
What do you recommend? You've been.
They had a nice breakfast. I forget the name of the breakfast restaurant, but they had some really good pastries. In fact, and they had a nice burger there, too. I stayed at the Grand Floridian.
Mm-hmm.
That we had discount. All right, it was a summer discount.
That doesn't exist. You're just trying to make it. You're trying to make something better, but don't.
No, this is the 90% humidity discount.
Yeah.
We went at a time. Remember, it was so hot.
Oh, yes.
My wife, her Apple Watch, as she was walking across the parking lot on the first day, thought she was having a heart attack.
Are you okay?
Beep, 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 beep. Seek help. Seek help.
Are you sure you're okay?
Tap twice if you need assistance.
It was a pretty tough time.
Yeah.
This was July in Orlando. Well, this guy goes to see some friends that he used to work with at Disney, and they decide to have lunch over
the GF.
Over the Floridian, which is a nice spot. Well, immediately they got to him and said, "You're out. You have a lifetime ban from Disney."
Banned from the park?
They have banned him from the park. When he arrived at the Grand Floridian, he noticed Walt Disney World security circling his car. And when he got out, he claims Orange County Sheriff's Office said, "You're trespassing. You are banned from these parks for life." And they knew immediately that it was him. They really held a grudge on this guy, didn't they?
Yeah, really.
He said he wasn't going to do anything. He said, "I didn't even know I was no longer allowed on the property," but he's not.
You think Disney, because if you watch movies like spy movies and police procedural movies, you see them using facial recognition, but they zoom in on somebody in a car.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Disney uses that when someone's coming into the park? Because they know they could probably, they see every vehicle.
Well, I was wondering how they knew that he came in. I mean, it's, I guess, something like that. They must have known, because otherwise you'd think you'd be able to blend. I mean, that's an enormous place.
Yeah.
He got
but
him.
They check every face at airports. They check every I would imagine at the big ports, that kind of thing.
I assume that Disney is to that level now with their security, which makes me feel better about the parks, about going to the parks. But they sure got him out of there. He said, "I'm banned too. I knew they fired." He said, "With a firing came the lifetime ban." He said, "You should." Is
that true? Anyone who's fired from the park?
I don't think so. I wouldn't think so. You'd want to go. He's probably young. You'd think he'd want to go back 20 years from now with his family. But
Jeet.
Jeets is out. He will not be there.
I wonder how many people the Disney, let's say Florida, has to let go.
Well, of course, they let go of a lot of people last year that I'm sure about.
Yeah, in quote-unquote normal times.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
I mean, for insubordination, it sounds like that's what this guy did. Not, I mean, I know people taking it as a summer job and move on. That's different.
Yeah.
But if this person, I mean, how many people are called into the office and say, "We're letting you go. This is your last day"?
I bet it's rare, don't you think? Because
I do.
I think people really want to hold up that Disney brand and be loyal to the company. Yeah.
Unless they're skimming souvenirs or
something like that.
Taking candy. I mean, if you're taking money, they might even prosecute you.
I bet they have a lower rate of dismissal than most other places. There was a lady at the gym yesterday. I overheard her conversation.
Creep.
You're sick. I overheard a conversation.
I was by the water fountain, and she was talking to somebody.
Are we using that now?
Yeah, well, you can fill your water bottle with.
Okay.
a guy was filling his water bottle, and she was standing next to him talking, and I happened to overhear their conversation.
Were you closer than 6 feet?
Oh, yeah. I was way closer than 6 feet.
Yeah.
And he was saying to her, he was getting ready to choose between Disney and Universal. And she said, oh, Universal's better. And I stopped in my tracks. And I said, I hate to interrupt here, but in my humble opinion, Disney is magical. And Disney will always, you know me. I'm a Disney hardo.
Who asked you?
Yeah.
Well, it couldn't help but.
This is a private conversation. And you're closer than 6 feet. And I had to back away at that point. Karen, you're talking about Disney. This guy's been banned from the parks forever. Go ahead.
Yeah, we were at Disney over spring break, and they asked us if we wanted to go through a special line to get facial recognition, like Google facial. So we said, okay. Mm-hmm. We did it. And then the next day, we had pictures pop up on my Disney app from rides we went on. And
wow.
Yeah, so they can track you no matter what.
That's what they're doing, then. I believe it. That's right. That's a nice service, though. Don't you think? You got more pictures than you thought you were going to have.
Yeah, I was surprised. And when I did the facial recognition, I didn't have my mini ears or anything. And they recognized me with my mini ears and sunglasses and all that.
Look at that.
And it only cost you your soul.
I was going to say, listen to you. Listen to you.
Look,
isn't that great?
I think it's wonderful.
Just co-signing with Big Brother.
Pictures of you, stuff in your face.
Thanks, Karen.
Hey, you mind if we do facial recognition? Sure. We're going to send you neat pictures.
We Disney hardos, we love that. We signed up for that, too. We got all the pictures. We bought the picture package and everything the last
picture
time.
Package.
Yeah, with picture package, you pay extra. But in your Disney portfolio at the end, you get all those pictures from the rides.
They just showed up on her phone.
Isn't that something? That's even ahead of that. Because we had to go with
I hadn't given you my number. Oh, that's all right. We have it.
We've got it. Isn't it wonderful the way Disney is using
It's wonderful.
advanced technology
What could go wrong?
to enhance your vacation experience?
Yes.
That's so typical of Disney to do things like that. Oh, I think it's.
Oh, they're so great.
I do. I think it's.
Now make sure your face is facing this way.